Now, stars including the Pet Shop Boys, Shawn Mendes and Ray are walking the red carpet at Manchester's Co-op Live Arena this evening for this year's MTV Europe Music Awards. British pop star Rita Ora is hosting the awards for the third time. After a sellout worldwide tour, Taylor Swift is up for 7 awards, leading the nominations for the second year running. So, who should we be looking out for? Here's entertainment journalist Nikki Onofie.
Taylor always dominates. One thing she's going to do, she's going to win. So I'll not be surprised if she doesn't take home at least 3 awards tonight. Tyler, she's an incredible artist. She's doing amazing at the moment. She was nominated and I feel like she will go home with an award or 2. She's got, the nomination, so she just needs to collect those awards. Ira Star, Afrobeat artist, she's delving into different kind of genres. She's literally in the Bollywood genre now as well. She did a remix with AP Dylan, so that's going really well. So these are the kind of people that you need to look out for, those that are in the mainstream but not as popularly widened as much as Taylor Swift, let's say.
2 strong earthquakes have hit the southern coast of Cuba, shaking buildings in the east of the island. The US Geological Survey said the first, near Santiago, the island's second largest city, measured 5.9. The second was stronger, measuring 6.8, and struck close to the first quake. There are no reports so far of injuries or damage. And the US National Tsunami Warning Centre says there's no tsunami threat expected as a result of these quakes. US warplanes have carried out strikes on Houthi targets in Yemen. They said the attacks were aimed at Houthi weapons stores. The Houthi movement claimed the US had launched at least 9 air raids on the capital Sana'a and on Amman. On Friday, the Houthis released footage they claimed showed a downed US spy drone in Yemen. The United States and Britain have repeatedly struck Houthi targets since January in response to attacks on ships in the Red Sea, which the rebels say are in solidarity with Palestinians in Gaza.
President Biden invites Donald Trump to the White House as the handover to the new administration begins. Qatar says it will not mediate in peace talks between Israel and Hamas until the attitudes of both sides improve. The EU's chief diplomat promises unwavering support to Ukraine with Donald Trump's election causing uncertainty about U.S. assistance. And huge protests in the Spanish city of Valencia over the handling of last week's deadly flash floods.
Our headlines today. The King and the royal family lead events to mark Remembrance Sunday.
The focus of national commemorations will be here at the Cenotaph in London. The King will be joined by the Prince and Princess of Wales, as well as thousands of veterans, members of the armed forces, and thousands of public watching on.
Strictly's Chris McCausland receives praise for performing a dance reflecting his experience of blindness.
Time to look at today's papers. Let's go through the front pages first of all. And this is the front page of The Sun. Back on duty is the headline, alongside pictures of the Princess of Wales at the Royal British Legion's annual Festival of Remembrance, which took place last night. The paper says she made a radiant return following her treatment for cancer.
The Observer reports that the Chancellor plans to oppose Donald Trump's policy to impose high tariffs on all imports into the United States. Rachel Reeves will make the case for free trade between nations during a keynote speech this week, putting the government on what the paper calls a direct collision course with the president-elect.
And the Sunday Times says pressure is mounting on the Chancellor to rethink her budget plans to raise £25 billion through higher national insurance contributions for employers. The paper reports that Tesco faces a £1 billion increase in its national insurance bill. Now, last time I was on with you, we did an item about electrical goods that you have in your house to be recycled because so many people have them lying around and actually there are lots of quite valuable components in them.
Yes.
But there's a piece in the paper today saying we should be doing less chucking out and recycling and more repairing. And it focuses on a student who's come up with a design for a kettle that you can repair yourself. And it's got these very sort of easy to fit components in it that would be more like, I suppose, putting a new bag in a Hoover rather than fiddling around with little wires. And the person who behind this design is saying this is the way forward. We need things that are really easily repairable. And actually there are dozens and dozens of repair cafes all over the country that do repairs on things, not just electrical stuff, but all sorts of items. It's an amazing world to tap into if you ever get a chance.
Key to it is also not just the ease of doing it, but the cost. Because often people make the calculation and think, actually, by the time you've got the parts and you've driven to the shops or whatever, it's cheaper to just get a new one and replace it. And if you can break that instinct of it's cheaper to replace than to repair, that's a big part of it, especially with the cost of living crisis.
There are some mobile phones out there that you can repair yourselves, you know.
Have you tried?
But no. And not the most popular product, I have to say. I wouldn't go anywhere near repairing
I
that.
descaled the kettle this week, which I thought was good.
That's a huge achievement.
Well, yeah.
Well done, you.
It was sounding like a jet engine, so it was long overdue.
To be honest, I changed the LED light bulbs in my kitchen and I felt like I was an absolute genius.
Should we set up our own repair cafe?
I'm not sure many people would be coming to us.
And with good reason. Another one from the Mirror, an exclusive in the Sunday Mirror. Adele could, it's still a possibility, could perform a series of concerts at her beloved Spurs next year. Of course, she had that series of concerts this year on her tour. Munich was a massive one. I knew people who went. Said it was absolutely stunning.
And then she had the long residency in Vegas.
In Vegas, and then...
But she's coming home.
This would be the most significant one, they're saying, for her in her hometown. It's yet to be confirmed, so don't get logging on just yet. I know you had the experience with the Oasis tickets. I'm sorry to bring that up.
Don't go there. And now I'm facing next weekend the battle to try and get Glastonbury tickets, but that's a whole other story.
Good luck.
The King will mark his 76th birthday this week by opening 2 hubs designed to save and circulate tons of surplus food. The opening of the distribution centres in London and Merseyside will also mark the first anniversary of the Coronation Food Project, an initiative to help unwanted food reach those who need it.
There's a bit of a crisis at the moment in that the public are not supporting food banks and food larders in the way they used to. And also the supermarkets have done a lot to reduce waste at supermarket level. So there is not the amount of food circulating that there used to be.